Well, well, well. It's the holiday season and...
Hey guys, he's got a fireplace!
Who are you? What are you doing in my house?
It's fucking
cold
out
here!
Anyway, despite the riffraff, I want to talk about my favorite Pokemon from the unappreciated Ice type. Ice type Pokemon come in shades. Some are really cool, others are just... dugong. And because of that, well, that's why there's only 5. That, and it's hard to talk about some of my other favorites other than saying they look cool. So, without further ado, here's my top 5 favorite Ice-type Pokemon. Yes, Lord Vader, I've reached the main power generators. The shield will be down in moments. Cheers to the AT-AT of the Pokemon world. Avalugg, the living iceberg. Sounds like an old horror movie. Avalugg is its Pokedex entry, and my bad joke describes, is a living, breathing, walking destructive wall of ice. This great heap is a devastating presence to anything weak to ice types on the battlefield. With a base attack stat of 117, throwing some physical ice moves like Ice Fang would really give you the high ground. Or if you're feeling a little cocky and want to play up the destructive wall of ice angle, drop an avalanche or two on your opponent. You'll find that the stab effects of the ice type moves will be fully operational. Combining its high defense stat with one of its potential abilities, Ice Body, will heal it with hail for a weather team. Just what you need when storming a heavily guarded shield generator. Avalugg, being one of the heaviest ice types, would, with its 4-legged gait, make a perfect addition to your Star Wars theme team. Hey, throw in a Vikavolt and a Gallade and you'll be saying, "I have you now," to your opponent before you know it. Just don't let any bug types use String Shot. Wouldn't want it to trip. Eevee is an adorable mutant with the ability to evolve into many different forms via exposure to elements. Surprisingly, it took 4 generations to expose it to freezing temperatures for it to become the mightily adorable Glaceon. Glaceon is an ice fox cat rabbit thing. That is, as I said on the tin, the ice evolution of Eevee. Surprisingly, it's got a good physical defense at 110, which is not abnormal for ice types, but with a base 130 and special attack, throw all of those glorious special ice moves on for the show. The only thing that can keep it from sweeping is its low-level speed stat of 60. Also, they act as wild Pokemon repellent, though only in the snow with its Snow Cloak ability. Plus, the design with icicle ears and hair is adorable. It simulates ice while being a cool pet too. Glaceon might not be top tier, but it is in my book. Meta be damned! Next entry. I swear I'm not a Gen 1er. I just like the idea of an Ice Phoenix. Articuno is a very ballsy Pokemon. Even its Pokedex entry for the Galarian form calls it the Cruel Pokemon, which is ironic considering what the standard form is said to do. I'll get back to that later. Ice types being very weak and kinda unpopular make for strange legendaries, but I really like the idea behind them. You take the typing, and just give it a bunch of high stats and a cool design to go to town. I don't particularly care for the meta, so yeah, though talking base stats is fun and informative. So Articuno's status as a legendary Pokemon is well deserved, with 85s to 90s across the board, with an okay 100 in defense and 125 in special attack. I already like the idea of Articuno being an Ice-type legendary, but it's also because it helps people lost in blizzards, despite what the Galarian Dex calls it. I also just have fond memories of it from the 2000 Pokemon movie. Plus, it's an Ice Phoenix, a magical bird which controls ice. How can you beat that? Oh yeah, the Galarian form is a Psychic type too, which is even cooler. Look, Articuno's just cool.
Who's that Pokemon? It's
Coarbiter.
As if I have to prove I'm not a Gen 1er with my first Pokemon top video. I like Sandslash. It's one of the Gen 1 Pokemon that I legitimately like the design of. It hits a sweet spot between simple and complex that I really enjoy. Now what happens when you change its type? Oh, sweet Merciful Celestia and Jesus Crust have we got here. An Ice and Steel type, that's a pretty unique combo. Doesn't do much to protect it from fire, but why would you use either of them against a fire type anyway? He's now blue and has icicles growing out of his back. Looks like we got a badass over here. Sandshrew even grew a shell that looks like a parka. Way to make him more adorable. They're even a little bit stronger than their Kanto subspecies too. An extra 10 points into attack and special defense work out good, so use it to hit something hard and see what happens. This is what I mean sometimes. Fuck strategy. Just hit something hard and watch the fireworks. Get that Metal Claw and Ice Punch, this blue boy is going places. By the way, I nicknamed my first Alolan Sandslash Orlando Blue. Now that we're through numbers 5 to 2, let's take a look at some of the honorable mentions before I reveal my number 1. These guys would be on the list if I could come up with anything to say, but they look cool or just because I like them. So, let's hop in. Galarian Darumaka. It's like Frosty the Snowman, except on fire! Vanillux. The Pokemon that inspired ice cream. Ice Cube. He's got a head made of ice. How better can it get? Mr. Rhyme. Let him show you the dance of his people. Crabominable. Big, meaty claws! Arctozolt.
God left me unfinished!
Ice Rider Calyrex. The big brain and winning again! Arceus. It's God. I love this thing. Regice is my homeboy. We go way back to the Braille puzzle in Emerald. Regice is the living embodiment of the force of ice. What he doesn't make up for in stats, his stab for ice moves help in the long run. He can handle being a special wall with his monstrous 200 in special defense. It can be used as a minor special attack cannon too. Ice Beam, Aurora Beam, Blizzard, you name it. That 100 in special attack needs to go to some use. Favorite of mine is to wait for the right moment and to detonate him with a self-destruct to cause some mayhem. It may put him out of the fight, but it shows off how much of a force of nature he is. The movies prove how powerful he is just by how much he and the other Reggies are forces of nature. And you really don't want to piss off nature. Nature bites back with the icy sting of the cold. So, I hope everybody enjoyed my first Pokemon top video. I'm not an expert on the games, but I still like to throw my 2 cents into, like, some of these sort of topics. And as always, check us out on Twitch. All the social media links are down in the description. Got the Twitter, the Patreon, all the good stuff. I also want to thank Zig for editing this video once again. He's really good at this shit. He did an outstanding job on the first one, and I'm sure as hell, you know, this one is great too. I'm really happy that we're able to produce and put these things together. I also want to thank Mutter for the thumbnail art, and all of their social media links are once again down in the description. They got Twitter, Twitch, and for Mutter's case, Redbubble. So check them all out, and yeah. So, until next time, Merrick out. See you guys.